Okay, welcome to another upper bracket match for the Hollow Knight Bingo Randomizer tournament. Today we've got Pisces versus Mathulu. We got a couple of things we're still getting figured out here, getting the bingo board on the stream and then the cropping on Mathulu's side, but we are pretty dang close to being ready.
Yeah, and this is an exciting match. I believe it's the 8 and 9 seeds in the upper bracket, so neck and neck in terms of predicted skill level. This is also, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is one of our upper bracket races, so one of the first races for both of these runners on medium logic in a tournament setting. So some more skips, some more speed tech will be hopefully called for over the course of this race. And I, for one, am very excited.
Yeah, should be a really fun race. I know you guys can't see the bingo board yet, but once that's up, you guys will be able to see that this is definitely a content board. There's a lot of interesting goals on this. I'm excited to see how these racers kind of path this stuff out. Oh, there's the board, and Mathulu stream's good to go. I will count in the racers.
Wonderful. So right away, in true Mathulu fashion, we've got both Defeat Watcher Knights and Look Through Lurian's Telescope. So my money's on an early rush of right side. We're waiting to get the racers started off while Locus is counting them down. Just quickly, medium logic makes mild skips, so most enemy pogos and shade skips considered logical by the randomizer. There's a whole lot of little things that means. But realistically, what we're most likely going to see is it means that right side is in logic much earlier because of things like the any percent shade skip. And so a lot of goals open up in logic and a lot of checks open up in logic considerably faster than they would on easy.
All right. So I did count down the racers. We should be getting into it momentarily here. I don't know if I should be reading chat, but at Locus, if you could fight 1 false knight sized Watcher Knight or 5 Watcher Knight sized false knights, probably the Watcher Knight sized false knights.
Yeah, you're chill. And Pisces right away, conceding a small lead to Mathulu. That's unfortunate.
This is an interesting board because we don't really have any immediate goals. Oftentimes we have stuff to kind of like see how people are going to path towards, like False Knight Moloch, or stuff like Corner for Locations that can be quite early. But we don't really have anything like that on this board, so it's going to be interesting to see where these racers just kind of like search for progression initially.
Yeah, it looks like we might get a nice full clear of Crossroads, or a methodical clear of Crossroads, and there's nothing even in Green Path that is really diverting the runner's attention. So unless they get an early stag that is one of the ones right next to a goal, or if it is a goal, we may just see some ordinary routing for a change.
Yeah, and Pisces, like, they actually like managed to pretty well sync up again here. Pisces getting that RNG soft fall. Oh. Wraiths. That's an interesting start.
So that's Moloch actually logical right away. That's also half of a goal right off the bat.
Yeah, and it does lead to like some other stuff that's like technically in logic already, but easier to check. Like Salubra, you could definitely check here with the Wraith skip rather than having to do the shade skip. It is in progress, or it is in logic with the shade skip, but this will make it a lot faster. Both of them buying the Geo with the Arcane Egg there.
And Pisces is going to see it first, it looks like.
Oh, they both bought it. I mean, with how much Geo they have, it doesn't seem like the Geo it'll take to buy that'll be important, but it's hard to say with whatever else is at shops.
And it paid for itself nicely enough, but still, if you're losing Geo goals like that, you want to at least have the Geo to make up for it, so hopefully Mathulu can find his way to right side early enough to sell that off. It was also worth noting that we did see Spore Shroom add a Zelda, which on medium logic is actually a logical boulder killer.
Yeah, that'll be interesting too. It's hard to like there's just so much open in medium logic right off the bat that like what I tend to do is I tend to try and like path towards goals while getting checks to try and find progression. But like with the board where we're at, like it's really hard to decide what you think you should go for.
And right away, this is one of the divergences I was interested in. Pisces is going to try for that Go Mask Shard, and looks like he's even going to reset the room to go back for it. It's in logic now, but it is a huge time sink, especially if you need more than one attempt on it. So Mathulu going to get an early lead to some of this other progression. Some of these other checks, rather.
Yeah, so this is something that I think, like, it's pretty high risk, high reward. It's not a very check-dense thing to do, but if there's something good here, like, there's a chance that Mathulu just doesn't find it. Like, if something gets marked here, or, like, he gets, like, a claw or something, like, it's just not going to have the info about it for a while.
Gathering Swarm, kind of useful, but not anything immediate. And Mathulu at the Crossroads Stag found the other medium logic Balder killer in Weaver's Song.
Yeah, so we do have 2 of those now, which potentially points towards either Green Path or Soul Catcher, but... yeah, also the pogo sound from Pisces skin is definitely really cute. The Santa skin.
I didn't even notice the custom night, only the UI. Mathulu is running right for shops. There is a decent amount of random goals on this board, and some goals that tend to align with shops nicely, like 1 extra Soul Vessel and 4 Rancid Eggs. So this sort of makes sense as a play, especially, I mean, it's a trivial lead that Pisces had on Arcane Egg, but he is down a goal, so he could be hoping to fish for something to make up that deficit.
Yeah. Let's see if this race skip's gonna work. This skip is really tight. Does get it first try.
Making it look easy.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, in logic, he would have had to do the whole, like, die to these husks, get the shade skip set up, come all the way over. So this is a really good, like, having race there is just so nice to be able to get some of those in-logic checks out of the way without it being such a pain.
Worth noting that Pisces is also following Mathulu to shops. I guess there's some extra utility on medium logic because you can be expected to go to right side, so getting that Salubra bench early is pretty useful. But it looks like shops down here are going to be a bit of a wash, so Mathulu looks like turning right around and heading for False Knight, and Pisces will continue to follow.
Yeah, I'm kind of led towards well, I was gonna mention I like going to Sly and Salubra with this top path, grabbing this grub and then grabbing the grub near Tram, especially on medium logic when like up to 3 grubs I believe could be progression compared to easy logic where it's just the 1. But we do have like so much more in logic with Green Path technically being available as well. So I'd like to see a grubs check like soon.
I believe right now we have, because you can shade skip to Massive Moss Charger, so I believe we have 9 grubs in play. Just Balder killers.
Yeah. Which means with the grub tolerance, potentially 7 grubs. Anything up to 7 grubs being progression.
And the False Knight fight, it's especially when you get early spells, it's fun to show up to False Knight's room and just completely shred his health bar.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do Go Mask Shard and put yourself behind on stuff, you don't want to take a meta path after. So I feel like if you're gonna take that much time to like be behind someone, you kind of want to like continue to do checks that they might not check. So like either doing Moloch or grubs or making your way into Green Path.
No one has yet bought any of the Balder killers, so I guess they're still hoping for another way out, which Mathulu's going to find, and so Pisces will find shortly thereafter.
That's really good for Coral Bench, which is a goal.
I'm assuming that's where the instant rush back to the Stag Station without even checking Mound is going to be.
Another Arcane Egg.
Little insult to injury there for Mathulu.
Yeah. And so yeah, where this could have been Pisces' goal, like having kind of like a race to this storeroom stag, I think is something that you don't know is going to happen, but kind of conceding that with the Go Mass Shred play.
And I wonder if Pisces will acknowledge that he's probably behind and check mound instead of rushing the stag, and it looks like he's headed for that extra check.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So I'm hoping we're going to see a Soul Catcher check here from Pisces as well. With Race and the Shade Skip. Definitely doable.
Cthulhu's going to get on the board. And he can also just go back and buy a Balder Killer. He's seen 2 now. Looks like he's going to follow on the stag, though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Like, storerooms are so check dense. Resting Ground Stag. So yeah, we're starting to get a lot of areas open. I'm still not seeing anything like super obvious as far as goals go immediately.
Worth
We're getting
noting,
close.
with Dream Nail and 1 spell, all of the Dream Warriors that they have access to are in Logic now. On Medium Logic, you don't need a dash in order to do them, so it could be an Essence farm as well.
That's true. Some of the stuff that like you don't tend to see early checks for, like Grubs and Essence, is kind of scary.
It's not always enough to like force your attention there. It's often enough that it feels bad when you miss it for like whole games at a time. And right away, that's boss logic too.
Also, like Mathulu getting 2. Oh, that's a goal. Wow. Mathulu getting 2 essence drops. Not really relevant to the race itself, but like, wow, that's fast.
And there's a 3rd goal right there. Stag at Resting Grounds.
Oh, and Pisces is like just behind on this stuff.
It looks like he's
Weaver song though.
diverging. That I'm assuming this is the green path play.
Oh, yeah, I like this, but I think like as Pisces, it's pretty painful to kind of like miss out on that chain. Oh, it's gonna choose to do this Soul Catcher check. Skipping out on the Wraith's Shade Skip, but
Mathulu dips to Stag just for the Vessel Fragment and the goal, and then immediately going to turn right back around for Resting Grounds. There's a couple quick checks here, and it's nice to get the lead on Essence. When you've got a goal lead and you bought yourself some comfortable time to check through all of Essence, it can theoretically help snowball your advantage if you have the space to check it and your opponent doesn't.
I hate Weaver Song Boulders.
It's kind of finicky, yeah.
Mask Shard. All right, let's see Essence. Strength.
Nice, but not
Charm
critical.
Notch is relevant for the 6 Charm Notch's goal. QG Stag at 600. Wrong Stag.
Thankfully not the Stag that's a goal this seed.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to go through, check through cliffs. So we have so many areas open now. But interestingly, like yet again, like not actually that much as far as goals go.
Shaman Stone's not a bad pickup, and something that Mathulu, it looks like, is not going to come back for super quick necessarily.
I'd like to see, well, I guess I wasn't really paying attention to how many soul vessels were in shops, but that's the most immediate thing that I see that's available with Lem access, and I think Pisces might be heading that way with the Arcane Egg that he has.
The shops play doesn't seem too bad. We've also seen a couple Rancid Eggs, I think, sitting around in stag stations. So we're slowly building towards a shop goal.
Oh,
That's Mathulu adding the stag chain to a bunch of free goals.
oh man, distant village stag at Queen Station.
Could you imagine?
I mean, I think that would be pretty funny. That would be content. What do we got? Oh, just a journal. All right.
So I'm going to do some quick math here, because for the Swiss round, or for the bracket round of this tournament, we added a cap to how much variance you could see on any given board, based on how much variance there was in when you would actually complete a goal. And so like random one-off goals, like ride the stag to Queen Station, are the highest variance when you calculate that. I'm curious how random this board is, because I see a couple stags on it. Fair number of shops goals. Suffice to say, Mathulu is getting some pretty good luck here right at the beginning of this race.
Yeah, for sure. Also, like, I think there's a... Oh, I don't know where I'm necessarily going with that, but there's just like, there's so many different places they could be going. Like, I really don't like these kind of seeds for races. Because it seems like it's just like, okay, this direction is just as valid as another direction. And if I happen to pick the wrong direction, like, it just sucks.
Yeah, it can be a little rough when you lose early progression leads, or you just get blown out by random checks. Thankfully, Mathulu hasn't like found a claw that hasn't been seen, other than a shopkeeper's key is something worth noting. Other than, I believe there was like a very high essence claw.
Charm notch. There's a nail art there for Nailmaster's hut. Nothing crazy valuable there.
It's
might
all
want
stuff
to
that
route some of those in, but
never mind.
Yep.
Here's the claw. Now, if we've seen both, that's incumbent on Pisces to play checkers as fast as possible and retread Mathulu's steps to get that claw.
Yeah, and that's terrifying with how many stags they have open and how many like areas they have open, even without any movement. By the time Mathulu marks his first claw goal, like Pisces, like he could literally have been anywhere.
There are also very, very few like explicitly claw goals or even explicitly vertical goals on this. You've got the Watcher Knight stuff. You've got Pale Lurker. Broken Vessel implies wings, but like there's very little to be like, oh, he's got claw and I have enough time to react to that.
Where do you go here if you're Mathulu? Like, I think the first thing that kind of like screams out to me is Gorgeous Husk into the two Watchers goals, like Watcher Knights and Lurian's Telescope.
At the risk of summoning the Copy Pasta Brigade, I feel like rushing Watcher Knights might actually be the play at this board state. And I'm curious why they're both in green path now. Unless there is a goal that I'm missing.
Not that I can see. Grim Child.
An entertaining pickup, to say the least.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see that checked. No, it does look like we'll be seeing it. Oh, he already lit the lantern. Oh, yeah. True, okay.
So 5 goals marked later, we still come to the same pattern of Pisces just a couple steps behind Mathulu, but now also down a claw.
Yeah, and I'm guessing he'll take the time to check that Grimchild too when he finds it, so he's going to be a little bit behind on some of this stuff. The well check. Yeah, and then I would like to see Mathulu go right side with Claw Shade Skip. and start knocking out some of those goals. Shopkeeper's Key is behind Grubs. It was 14 or 13 Grubs.
And Mathulu with the well check, it's sort of your basic lockout practical checkup there. If once you got progression and you're pretty sure your opponent doesn't have it, just leverage that as much as you can. Do checks that they can't do. That's how you snowball your advantage when you're not rushing goals.
I agree that I think it makes sense for Mathulu to hide Claw as long as possible, but I also think that, like, you start making your way towards Claw goals at the same time. This is...
Finally doubling back for the mound and soul catcher checks, I guess.
I guess it must be, yeah.
So Mathulu staunchly committing to not rushing Watcher Knights, which is unfortunate. He's not at Claw yet, but it gives him more time to catch up.
Hornet not the easiest boss to use Shriek on. You look at Shriek Shaman and you're like, wow, I've got 1,000,000 damage, but kind of awkward. I feel like it when you use it, it kind of like pulls Hornet into you, and then, well, I guess that one worked pretty well.
That's what we need to do. We need to be in the business of commentators cursing good things onto the players. Mathulu looks like going for some Geo, picking up a second Arcane Egg.
Honestly, looks like Pisces is completely out of this race. There's nothing he could do to break his back.
I mean, Mathulu still needs to actually use that Claw for something. Because if Pisces were to find Claw right now and rush Watcher Knights, like, it would be an irritating fight with no dash, but it's still something doable, and Mathulu would lose out on a lot of these goals. But Pisces needs to get up to Stagnus, like, right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's possible that Pisces finds, like, Duke Claw or something right away here.
I believe we've seen Duke Claw. At least I think chat said it was at 750 Essence. It might have been one of the first checks at Essence while we were looking at the other screen.
Dang it. I was really hoping I could curse it.
So, like, Pisces needs to just staunchly avoid dash and wings.
Yeah. See, Mathulu looks like he's going down here to Lem. He bought the other Arcane Egg, so he's going to have a lot of Geo. And this could be that extra Soul Vessel and 4 Rancid Eggs, depending on how shops look. With Wraiths and Claw as well, he can make his way to Leg Eater. So even if the shops he has access to don't have what he needs, he will still be able to make another shop check through Leg Eater. Whoa! You can... Oh my goodness, the rando optimizations. You can hit that lever through the floor so that you don't have to wait for the elevator.
Some nice...
Massive brain.
Some quick smooth tech. He's gonna do this. Just like with Salubra, that room access is in logic without vertical, but through a shade skip, the air stall just makes it easier and requires less time.
So it's going to kill a massive monster charger here. Oh boy. Okay, so there's 4 Rancid Eggs. So yeah, I like this. I think if you aren't going to make your way to right side, I think getting these static shop goals out of play is a really good idea.
Certainly, yeah, it's making it harder and harder for Pisces to come back until he gets his hands on that Claw. Curious as to what Mathulu's next play is, though, if he's insistent on avoiding right side.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we're just making some quick progress through fungal. Imagine we'll probably go towards leg eater, and wonder what he's thinking in terms of how much he can afford to put off doing these right side checks.
Yeah. The claw shade skip isn't the most... Oh, I love this.
Not quite.
With how much soul he had. I think if he had the third rates, that would have... Like, he would have gotten it for sure. A check is hard.
So Pisces is going to go out of his way to grab Autopilot Seal, but then I imagine on a very similar path to Cthulhu right now. So it's this not going right side is really paying off for him because it's affording Cthulhu all of these checks first.
Mathulu goes back to try and slap the other mushroom, and he was just taking his nap still. He wasn't ready to fight.
Die here. That would be an unfortunate way to take a death.
Okay, we'll live. Oh, Geo!
In case you were wondering, you were low on funds there. So worth noting that Pisces did pick up a simple key at the autopilot relic. It looks like Mathulu's not really going to go back for there, so that is at least one incremental bit of progress that he's got that Mathulu won't find for a while.
Yeah, with how much Geo Mathulu has, honestly, he could work towards that 6 charm notches as well. There's a charm notch at this store. He's gonna buy it. He's at 4 now. We'll still need another one and some charms.
Pisces inching his way closer. He's found the stag nest stag. Not following it. Instead, up slashing in frustration as he goes to out resting grounds. But I imagine eventually he's on his way. So Mathulu has a limited amount of time to keep putting off right side at this point, I think.
Yeah, if he gets claw and he's confident in the claw shade skip to right side, and he can just make his way over there, I think that would be really, really good. Because like Watcher Knights, Gorgeous Husk, Lurian's Telescope, that 3-goal swing I think could be really, really big.
And the inverse is true. As soon as Mathulu heads down there, I have to assume he's looking for dash, or perhaps a fireball to make the Watcher Knights fight more bearable. Like, I'm pretty sure logic will allow you to just go and fight Watcher Knights. There's no requirement or anything, and nothing beyond the setup he's currently got. So, if Pisces catches up quick.
Yeah, just the claw shade skip is in medium logic. With either vertical, I believe that medium logic is Oh, wait, we missed wings. Wings at Dream Nail.
Oh, Mathulu never checked that. That's big. That's
a big
right
deal.
side. That's
Yeah,
Watcher
he should go to Salubra, just go right now, get the Gorgeous Husk, get Watcher Knights. Not gonna be able to get Lurian's Telescope, but I think like taking away some of that strength of the other of right side, I think is important. He is going for this shade skip.
So yeah, he's gonna run right to right side. I feel like that pause on Pisces' screen, or that standing still, was how did Mathulu not find this? Which is relevant consideration. Hey, I'm not complaining because it means we get a claw versus wing seed for a little bit, which is always a really entertaining race.
Yeah, and because we haven't seen right side yet, all of these checks from Pisces are going to be new checks, which is great for him, considering him being behind on goals at the moment. Rancid egg, vanilla.
Every once in a while, that still happens.
Yeah.
All right, Mathulu's back in Crossroads, and I'm not sure to what end. Finally going for that Go Mask Shard.
Oh, this is where Pisces play is is paying off. He doesn't have to come back here for this.
All right, so we get our first array into right side. I wonder if Pisces is going to check the gauntlet above King Station. It's a bit slow, but he has reason to believe he's the first person to this area because of what's still unmarked on the board.
Yeah, and also like with Shriek Shaman, like yeah, like it's so fast to clear out.
Mathulu backtracking to shops. He just picked up his 5th Charm Notch with that Gathering Swarm, so I imagine he's doing a quick circuit to look for a 6th.
Yeah, or maybe a couple of charms. Ooh, that's big. That's big. There's Dash.
Mathulu's gonna get started on... Oh no, he's just checking Salubra. I was optimistic for the Shade Skip, but... I mean, if he gets started right now, it is still a little bit too late for...
Needs 3 more charms, I believe, for that last charm notch. Monomon. Yeah, like I'm thinking about how... I mean, obviously Mathulu couldn't have known, but thinking about how far ahead he would have been had he made his way right side with that Claw. Having Claw, Dash, and being able to get all 3 of those goals would have been huge.
Yeah, this is not quite a tie game because Pisces can't do Lorien's Telescope, but plus Pisces has the simple key that Mathulu did not grab from Autopilot, so Waterways play is also available to him. Things are looking about as up as they can for Pisces considering the 4 goal deficit.
Man, Shriek Shaman sometimes just doesn't feel that good. He's like trying to kill Gorgeous Husk and is just pulling Gorgeous Husk into him and stuff. Like, oh man.
Speaking as someone who has died to Gorgeous Husk careening into you after she gets hit by wraiths, I know that feeling. Yep, so this is the Watcher Knights fight. As Mathulu continues to polish off Crossroads.
Whoa.
Is going to be rewarded for it.
Yeah, that's important. Wow. Halfway to D-Dark. That'll give him not Fluke Hermit access yet, but getting closer to that. Looking at what else is important on the board. Oh, it gives him right side access. Yeah. This is big.
And our first look at crypts as well. Wonder if after Pisces marks Watcher Knights, not except Pisces is turning right around. Interesting. I wonder what he's setting up with that. Running right to Basin. I guess he's going to rush Broken Vessel, maybe? Oh no, it's this Spike Tunnel.
Oh, this looks hard.
Yeah, it's no fun without Dash Master or C-Dash or something else, but I think this is the bare minimum amount of stuff you can attempt the Spike Tunnel with, so Pisces is just going to give it his current soul gauge of attempts and then leave.
Oh yeah, I'd really like to see Watchers here.
3rd Arcane Egg, wow.
Is there anything down here he can do for goals? Not really.
Without going all the way to Broken Vessel.
Like, yeah, I think like maybe getting Toll Bench is good here, but like... Oh yeah, when you get across that, what is he even gonna do? Like, even if he makes that Spike Tunnel, I don't think he can make it any further because of the, like, first big acid pool.
Oh yeah, you probably need claw dash wings in order to get across that without C dash or Ismas.
Yeah. So it does look like he's probably going to miss out on the Watchers and the Larian's Telescope goals, which I think is a big deal. Like, I think you kind of have to trade there, even if you don't get any checks from it.
Yeah, especially since Mathulu going to grab his dash at this point. So at least this informs whoever picks up Watcher Knights. It informs the other racer that the other form of vertical is somewhere on the board because of the goal marks. But the 2-goal swing for Mathulu is going to be much more important, I think, at this point, because a 5-goal lead in Lockout is much, much harder to come back from.
Yeah. Like, I guess as Pisces, you actually don't know that Mathulu has Claw. Which is really interesting. So I guess that probably plays into why he's not doing Watchers here. Is he's like, if I can find Claw, I get 2 goals here instead of just the 1, and wasting time on finding the rest of progression. But
he's warping back to Spire. Oh, some setup to snag as many goals as possible. It looks like we're going to get a Watchers race.
I thought for a second there that Mathulu was going to go down to Basin. So he like missed his dash onto the wall, and it looked like he might be heading down there, but
So Pisces has a pretty clear lead on the fight itself. My question is, assuming Pisces does not like take a death to Watchers or something.
Wait, where are you going?
Oh, maybe I'm speaking too soon.
All right, never mind. Race isn't happening.
Gonna say,
baited.
it's all right. It's now Mathulu's Watcher Knights to have. Interesting. I wonder what the like storeroom Soul Sanctum plays is towards.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like oh, I don't know. I'd just love to see Pisces going for goals right now. Like, I really think that either Watcher Knight's there, or like, I believe you could do... Oh no, Galleon would be hard. Without Lantern and without Claw. It'd be tough.
It's kind of annoying to get to.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, like you're down this many goals. It's about to be down 2-7. And then being behind on available goals. Like, you kind of have to imagine that Mathulu goes for, like, Pale Lurker and then Calo Zode after this.
Those are both pretty doable with Claw. The only consolation that Pisces gets is he will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mathulu has Claw as soon as Lurian's Telescope gets marked. There's simply no way around the Claw requirement for that.
Yeah. But I think, like, knowing that Mathulu has Claw is probably, like, not gonna help him that much, unfortunately.
Yeah. Too many places it could be.
Yeah, if he had kind of like obvious places to look for it, but I wouldn't know where to start.
And it looks like Pisces is content to just open up all of his areas and then stay sort of in between all of them. We got the waterways opened up, we got the bench and basin, just running around the map.
All right, and there goes Watcher Knights. So as of right this moment, Pisces could just be expecting that Mathulu also has wings.
If there's any major check here at Watchers, that would be devastating.
Geo.
Oh no. I need to learn to close my mouth.
Not that important for goals on this board, but we have seen some fragments, I feel like. And Jonies at 4 grubs.
We've seen at least one. It's 7 checks. It's not... You know, I don't even want to say anything. It could be something. I'll hedge my bets.
Go to Abyss. Go to Abyss. I want to see. Does anybody remember where the other fragment was? Oh.
A second dream nail. Okay, if we're going all the way to the bottom of the map, let's go to White Palace instead.
No.
Distant Village, Sagat, White Palace, I believe.
All right, I think this is technically the correct nail, not nail, the correct play. I was thinking about Dream Nail. This is the correct play from Mathulu. Go start marking out these edge goals. Tiso's Shield, Kalozote, and what was the other one?
Pale Lurker.
Pale Lurker, yes.
Yeah, this is another huge dense area for goals as well with all three of those. I mean, they're all long and kind of annoying, especially Pale Lurker without any sort of fireball. But that's 10 to 2 is pretty insurmountable, so it might be worth going for since they're all in the same area.
Yeah, you can see Pisces thinking about those charm notches. He was gonna buy that one. Puts them both on that 5 charm notch mark, but they're both still gonna need something a little bit more.
And Pisces gonna turn around and head for Broken Vessel. Bad rushing a goal can be rushed.
Can you get this?
With wings? You need to pogo one of the crawly, I forget what this particular brand of crawlet is called. You need to pogo one of the wall climbers in this gauntlet, but you can make it all the way to Broken Vessel for fine.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought it was either claw and wings or C dash. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. So I don't know why I thought that.
I believe this is one of our first mild skips we've seen in this race. I guess the Go Mask Shard early is the paragon of mild skips that you see early on in race. Lantern at the base of the simple key is not trivial. Not the most helpful thing, but it's nice to have.
Oh yeah, that actually wasn't that tough to make it up there. Yeah, that means Galeon is a lot easier, although I'm really not familiar with the Galeon goal. I've literally never done it. So do you need claw for that, or is there a way to get up to Galeon with just wings?
You can do that deep nest movement with wings because you can access it from the failed tramway bench, and the dark room is like considered pretty baby. You're in the dark for maybe 5 seconds. It's not quite the like Octa Mask Maker dark room that isn't even real, but it's still pretty doable without Lantern. It's more just a convenience thing.
Pisces trying to figure. I was about to say Pisces trying to figure out a way to hit Broken Vessel with Shriek. And then he did hit Broken Vessel with Shriek. And I've never seen Broken Vessel go that high up in the air.
Yeah, that's to the old true ending route, the Shriek route. That had you do Lostkin with Shriek.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, really just launched him up into the sky.
And Mathulu buying enough charms to grab his 6th notch. So really choking Pisces out of these goals that are within his reach.
Okay, healing here. It's good play. Making the trip here again would be pretty painful.
Yeah, especially with no C-dash where you gotta just walk your way in.
And there it goes. So this is good. I like that Pisces is starting to get some of these static goals out of the way. With each static goal that he gets out of the way, he's buying himself a little bit more time to try and find progression and kind of catch up.
And also now Pisces, marking that, Mathulu now knows that Pisces has at least one progression item that he doesn't. I think Mathulu's far enough ahead that he's not going to like backtrack and look for a wings or C-dash, but still information being shared.
Wait, couldn't Pisces just have the same stuff that Mathulu has?
Mathulu, you need either wings or C-dash to make it over to...
Oh, right, yes. Yeah. You are absolutely right. Thank you. Um, I'm like slowly getting hyped for Underplat. I have faith in Mathulu that he will do it.
I haven't seen Sea Dash so far, so Mila has stayed alive thus far. But yeah, Check Crystal Heart seems like what's next on Mathulu's mind, and he's heading into Deep Nest. I guess he's setting up for Kalo Zote.
And Galeon probably could do both at the same time.
Cthulhu taking some reckless damage in Sea Peak's room.
Is that our fourth Arcane Egg?
I believe that's all four, yeah.
Wild.
And with the Gia.
King Station Stag.
That's not okay. We're just looking for Distant Village Stag at this point, as far as random and
no
God
conga
Tuner.
line? I guess he's going for the goal.
He doesn't know where Pisces is, but it's kind of reasonable to assume that Pisces isn't following you too hard into Peak, so that seems like a weird thing to strand, but alright, moment of truth.
Please, Underplat. He looks like he's... Oh, he's doing the damage boost cycle. I was going to say, it looks like he was going to try and go for the damage list cycle. No!
Robbed of the Underplat.
Oh, I've been baited into Underplat multiple times today. I just want to see it once.
Our hopes and dreams are just barely unattainable.
Because he's going to have to get his shade here, and then he's not going to be able to do the Underplat with the right cycle.
That's a rough death to take.
Oh, also not getting conga line again here. Okay, he's gonna go for the same cycle. Yeah, a little bit slow with having to collect his shade. Come on, Mathulu, you got this.
I'm so rooting
right
for
here.
you. Ignore
It's
all
right
the
here.
other times we've cursed you.
No!
Oh my god.
You have 2 health. You can still do it. You can still do it, but just if you're gonna get hit, just go too low. No. Not that Underplat. That's a
Incredible. It looks
Not
like feeling the
that
pressure a
one.
little bit.
Please not that one. That would be the craziest Underplat. Yes! Alright, we got it.
He did it in the end.
Oh, alright, there we go.
Perseverance is the moral of the story. Mathulu gonna take his ninth
Oh my
goal.
goodness. Bravery and technical mastery is the story of this race. Man, I can't believe he'd go for that in like an actual... Well, A, that he'd go for it, and B, that he'd pull it off like that.
For it no less than 3 times in one race.
Listen, it's faster than I would have got it. Conga lines, another simple key. Oh, is that his first?
That's his first because he did not grab autopilot, so...
Oh, I was gonna say that is actually very important. So I'm glad he didn't actually completely skip that. Because it's half a goal.
And Pisces now, having rescued Zote, doing the full Kalos setup, gonna claw his way back into this game. That's a fair way to do it.
Yeah, this is going to get a lot of those static goals off the board. Not going to be able to do the Pale Lurker quite yet, but making this into an area that's no longer a 3-goal swing for Mathulu when he's already at 9 goals, I think is super important.
He's opened up the waterways to get that key used, but never actually checked it. So everything Mathulu is checking right now is uncharted territory.
Crystal Heart. Not immediately useful.
Dung Defender's sign. He's got Claw, so yeah. That is very immediately useful.
Also, if he does pick up that great slash at Grubs in a little bit, he could go to Shio and use that nail art. So that definitely is helpful. He has a lot of goals available that he could go for right now. I'd like to see him just try and get some of those out of the way.
I believe Mathulu has a couple static paths to victory at this point, so he's, in addition to getting lucky, he also has to start placing himself in front of Mathulu as he does these checks, which without Claw is going to be painfully difficult.
Can he get to Fluke Hermit without wings?
I believe so. You just need one form of vertical, and maybe you also need dash. I'm not sure about that.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, if he's able to do that as well, this is 10. That would be 11. And then like, yeah, I guess he's got a couple different paths after that.
Even if Pisces marks both Kahlo goals, if he doesn't mark Pale Lurker and Mathulu's at 12, it's reasonable to just muscle on out there anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, is gonna go for the Isthmus checks here.
It's that acid skip. That neutral wall jump is trickier than it looks.
Oh no, not again. No, please, board. No.
Oh, rip.
Oh, click to reveal. All right, so both of our racers are going to have to switch games here. We'll have to see how long they can look at the board before they realize that they're no longer playing Hollow Knight.
I'm not sure what game this is.
This is absolutely Super Mario Odyssey.
Ground Moons. All right, we're in Odyssey now.
So
I did like a little bit of Odyssey speedrunning on 1.0.0 before all of the tech was found, so I can help a little bit.
So yeah, I mean, this actually could be Pisces' path back in this. They're on the same playing field now. I don't think either of them have ever speedran Odyssey. So if he can get into the game fast enough,
it's worth noting that I'm fairly certain both of our runners are on PC, because it would be very hard to set this up on Switch, and so they will have to potentially acquire a whole new console in order to continue this race.
Oh boy, I'm going to ping our friendly volunteers and see if.
Meanwhile, back in the land of Hollow Knight, Pisces is going to inch his way towards that Tisa's shield goal. And Mathulu going to head for Fluke Hermit, so you'll have to take our word for it. But it looks like it's going to be 11-4 pretty closely here.
Also, this is how it started last time when I pinged the volunteer for fixing the board, then everything went awful. So I really hope, chat, if the stream dies, this one is on me. This one is on me.
Been swell.
All
right, we've got some SpeedGaming support coming in to take a look at our board situation. Pisces actually not going to, or Pisces going back into the Coliseum to go ahead and grab.
Zo?
Oh no! Excuse me. Pisces was already at 4. I missed the update, so he's getting Kalos out first and then going back for Tiso, which makes sense. Cthulhu's nowhere near this.
Yeah, and the 4th goal that he got was actually that extra soul vessel. So he is at 4 now with that one being taken away. This is going to be the 11th for Mathulu. Now, just for reminders, stuff that we have that could be available very soon for either of these racers. Defeat Pale Lurker is something that could be around. Hollow Nest Crown is also something that could be happening very soon.
Well, it's not ideal for either runner, because in the best case scenario, you want both Claw and Wings, even though you can do it with either one of them, it's kind of finicky. More so with wings, you need a very bad like enemy AI lure.
We're looking at bus routes now. Yep. Back to Bingo Sync. Click to reveal. Perfect, but now we don't have goals. Oh. That looked like the right board.
Did look like the right board.
Ah,
Hey,
perfect. We got it.
wonderful. Shoutouts to SpeedGaming support staff. Making sure the race can go on. So now that we pick back up at the correct game and the correct race, Mathulu is going for these Aspid Pogos up to the Hornet bench. This, despite being an enemy Pogo or just some fairly tricky claw jumps, is not even on medium logic. It's actually considered a spicy skip. So this is out of logic for him. It's a certainly much faster Shade Cloak than the one Pisces is going to pick up from Kala 1.
Was pausing there for a second. Wonder why.
The big thing is if Mathulu dips right away to swat Tiso's shield, that would be really unfortunate for... I guess he didn't do the Zote setup, so that must be what he's going for. That and Pale Lurker, which will be 13 goals for him. So Pisces has a very limited amount of time to finish up this Coliseum to avoid losing the game, essentially.
Yeah, has he done the rest of the Tiso locations? I don't remember seeing them. But I could be wrong.
I believe he's done the full Tiso setup.
Mathulu gonna find his soul vessel here. I wonder if this will alert him that Pisces is ahead of him in this area. Because that was the same check that Pisces got in order to get his soul vessel.
It's also been a minute, and Pisces hasn't marked anything, so I feel like Mathulu probably feels pretty safe in going for this. Yeah, skipping the Great Hopper relic check. Just sees the end in sight.
That's good. I really like that. He has enough things that are open right now that, like... I think you just go for the end.
Oh, but Tiso not actually sitting at the Coliseum bench, so Mathulu needs to take a little bit more time to go do all the Tiso setup. So Pisces might actually be able to finish this
And
close
get
to the
Tiso
end.
in time. Yeah.
It'll be tight. I think Mathulu has this.
I don't know, the cutscene to start the Colo might... Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be tight. It'll be tight. But if Pisces gets both of these, it still doesn't look that great for him, but it buys him time.
Lurker into Galleon is still pretty free for Mathulu, even if he loses both of these. And that's the last warp in the last section, but I'm pretty sure Mathulu has this.
I mean, like... This is pretty much the end of the Colo. I guess it depends on how fast he kills these Gruz mothers. No, he probably doesn't have time.
Yeah, no, you can just warp right out there, and so he's going to get Tiso. Pisces will definitely mark Kalos out before Mathulu can end the game, but it looks like we're headed for a 13-5.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's a way that Pisces, like if there's an out for Pisces here.
With no claw, any out for Pisces requires Pale Lurker killing Mathulu a whole bunch.
Oh, right, yeah. Guess he can't even go for Lurker.
Mathulu showing off the dive strat to barrel right to Tiso's corpse's location. Gonna mark his 12th goal.
Poor Zoe.
Especially with Nail 0, this just kind of feels bad.
Insult to injury. Death by 1,000 tiny cuts. There's the Shade Cloak.
All right, and since we're not on Mathulu's audio, we'll spare you the angry Yoshi noises. This looks like, especially since Mathulu picked up a fireball in peaks, he can just take this incredibly slow if he wants to. And Pisces really can't contest this.
Oh, commentary stream died. For me, anyway.
Yep, I also just lost audio. Or the video.
Oh, whole stream is down, apparently.
Welcome to the Locust SK and Quacksilver ASMR stream.
Oh, wait, they can hear us. Oh, I was going to start typing in chat. I was going to do, like, text commentary. Oh, okay, we have lurker noises.
It's really important. And that'll be the GG. Stream cutting back in, showing us the dupe crystal heart and the 13th goal.
All right, and that is GG. Mark them as done. Make Mathulu check the King's Idol? No, I will not.
Hello, hello.
GG.
GG.
Were you missing Claw, Pisces?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Claw was in Cliffs at the King's Idol, I think.
Yeah. Darn.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough start.
You didn't mark anything for a long time, so I was like, oh, there's probably nothing in Cliffs.
Yeah, I didn't have right side access, and I don't know the Claw only shade skip, or I would have done that.
Dang, unintentional bait.
And Mathulu, you did actually have right side access because Wings was at the Dreamnail cutscene.
Oh, well, that was never getting checked, let's be honest.
Yeah, I did actually have right side before you then, if you weren't going to do that shade skip, just because I picked up Wings, and I got Gorgeous Husk.
That makes sense, yeah. I saw you marked Gorgeous Husk while I was like on the way to Moloch, and Moloch had Dive, so I went down from Resting Grounds. Nice. Yeah. I got a bit lucky with that. I would have come back for Dreamnail sequence if I didn't find anything at like, I think I had Moloch and then like lower green path left or something like that.
Yeah,
because I think gets you into fungal too.
Yeah, I had already checked everything I could in fungal. I tried to do Palm Relic with Wraiths, but I was just a little bit off. I think I needed one more Wraiths.
I made the unfortunate mistake of just playing checkers the whole game and basically ignoring all goals, so that didn't work out so good.
I got a stupid lucky chain of goals at the beginning. Like
that stag chain right at the beginning was very, very kind to you, Mathulu.
It was so ridiculous. Like I got Sturm Stag, which gave me Curl Bench, and then like the elevator had a Bishriek or something, and then like Resting Grounds had Queen Station Stag or something. It was just ridiculous. Like I got back to back goals, all from just like 2 checks. It was silly.
So stuff that we haven't seen. Distant Village Stag was in Waterways. It was Rancid Egg, Waterways West.
Okay.
God Tuner. Would be interesting to see where that is. Dupe Wings was also in Waterways.
Oh wow.
Nice. I think if I didn't have like a path to victory, I would have checked Waterways. But
and you each found 2 different simple keys, right? Because there was one at Autopilot Seal that Pisces picked up, and one at Conga Line, I think, from Mathulu.
Yeah, I think it was Conga Line that I found mine at. Also, let's just not talk about CPX, right? That was not a good time.
Broke Locus's poor little heart with that failed
underplanet. So sorry. I got off my first cycle. I don't even know how, to be honest. And then like I was so tilted and just messed it up like 3 more times. I was so mad. But I got it in the end, Lucas, just for you.
You got it. No, I appreciate it. Listen, I thought once you missed it the first time and then you had to like get your shade, you just weren't gonna go for it the next time.
You gotta go for it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that a lot. I thought I was never gonna see it today. Where the heck is God Tuner? I need to start opening up spoiler logs in something that I can actually use the search function, and not Notepad.
Just press Control F. It works in Notepad.
It does not with the way that it's formatted. Because anything that has like it doesn't leave a space in between the name of the item and the less than sign. So I'd have to know the whole location in order to actually search for it, unfortunately, with Notepad.
The other thing that I ran into is this board made me want Claw so bad.
Yeah, Claw was ridiculously strong on this board.
Because
Fluke Hermit Claw locked, Lurian Claw locked, Pale Lurker Claw locked, C Dash. I don't know if that's claw locked. I mean, obviously C Dash would have gotten you there, but
I knew I ended up getting into
medium,
City.
it's claw locked.
I knew that I ended up getting to City a decent bit before you, but there was just nothing for me to do. I could have fought Watcher Knights, but that didn't feel good because I wouldn't have gotten the other goal.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you didn't mark Watchers, I figured you didn't have Claw, so I thought that would be my goal.
Yeah, I just didn't know what goals to go for because nothing. Wings gave me nothing except I guess Broken Vessel, but I figured you skipped the wings, so there was no point. I did it later just because I didn't want to get sniped.
Yeah.
But,
no, that makes sense. I would have eventually gone for Broken Vessel, but yeah, half the goals that I got were basically claw locked. Even Dung Defender Sign, you can do it with a Horn Pogo, but it's terrible.
Yeah, I tried to do the spike tunnel in there, and then I realized after the fact that it's not doable.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
with the acid pool there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need Ismas or Claw C Dash? I don't know. You need something for sure.
Yeah, Claw C Dash, Claw Dash Wings, or Ismas in vertical.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up finding C Dash in Waterways and got it that way.
Dang, Waterwaves is nice.
Yeah.
God Tuner was behind Grim.
Oh, okay.
The Grim fight itself.
Anytime soon.
I had access to that.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it would have been a long time with everything that was on the board that was available for you guys before either of you guys did that fight. I think that's about all for things that the spoiler log will help with.
In hindsight, I should have done Tiso before actually doing all of Kala 1.
Oh no! Wait, what was in Call?
Yeah, it was close. It
Because
was close.
I could have swatted away Tiso's shield because I obviously finished Kala 1 to kill Zoe.
Oh, that's why you were doing
So I should have just started it, done Tiso, and then started it again.
I see. Yeah, I didn't even notice that it was only 30 seconds after. That's ridiculous. Wow.
I know, it was very, very close. And also Kala 1 wasn't bad itself, it was a Shade Cloak.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I was happy for that.
I think I got Shade Cloak just before going up there.
You had a Hornet 2 bench.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, Claw was just silly strong on this board. Between that and the stupid lucky start I had, it was just kind of silly.
Oh, good. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am curious because we saw that Kingsbrand pick up, and I'm very curious whether that was a bait or whether because we saw fragments too.
How many fragments did I have? Just one?
We saw one, yeah.
Yeah, just one.
Okay, it was a bait. It was a bait.
That's good because it was also a moment of incredible calm curse because we were like, okay, if Watcher Knights is something good here, that would be devastating. And then you picked up Kingsbrand literally right after.
When I got Kingsbrand, I was like, are there any Abyss goals? No? Okay, I'm never going there.
I was like, okay, we've seen 2 fragments. Joni's was at Grubs, 4 Grubs. I was like, man, progression could be down there. But it was a Rancid Egg, a Mask Shard, Shade Soul, Vessel Fragment, another Fragment.
Where was Dupe Claw?
Dupe Claw was Essence, I think,
Very
for
high
700.
Essence.
Oh wait, I saw that. That's right.
Yeah, a stupid amount of Essence.
Right. The only Essence I was going to get is I was on my way to Galeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think potentially if you got Tiso's shield and then Galeon, you would have had a little bit more time. But like, yeah, it's still like he has access to so much.
Yeah, I mean, with Claw, like Helleness Crown is so much easier. And,
Why didn't you do that?
basically, I forget what I did right after I got. Oh yeah, I went Waterways because I got a simple key, and I figured you weren't going to come up to peaks because I'd marked C dash. So I decided to try to get Fluke Hermit. I didn't know if you had Claw or Wings. If you had Wing, like I guess in the end you had Wings. So I should have.
I wasn't getting either of them.
I could have just waited forever on Fluke Hermit, but yeah.
I mean, I could have just done like the the Clawless Hollowness Crown, but that doesn't work at the very end, which sucks.
That,
I was
that
testing
end
that.
blur is so annoying.
If
I
you
was
have
testing that
Dreamgate-
for a Plando recently.
Yeah, if
And
you
then
have a
just-
Dreamgate to put at the top, it's like doable, and if you don't ever even like it's terrible.
Well, like your shade doesn't even spawn in the right spot,
Yeah, you have to lure a Crystal Hunter through the spike tunnel.
but they
Um,
die instantly. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really,
That's
really
horrible.
irritating. Yep. And if they die and you don't have Dreamgate, you got to come all the way back because they don't respawn on a room transition.
Yeah.
What?
It's actually
sounds awful.
atrocious. Yeah, that's why like in a lockout, I'm never if you don't have Claw, don't check Helleness Crown basically.
Yeah. Other dives. Marmu Relic. Weaver's Den. And then it
little
was
out of the way.
Moloch. And then where was the last one? Oh, that's 3.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have taken a while to find D-Dark.
Yeah, there were like I thought there were a ton of random goals at the beginning, but then they were all really early basically. Also,
Honestly, it was a pretty fun seed. I like
Yeah.
that one.
I like Claw as your main movement seeds. I just wish I had right side earlier.
Well,
I need
that's
to
not
learn
the
to
seed
Claw
I
with
played.
Shadescape. Yeah, it's a very different seed from the seed that you play. Like I had Claw like whenever I marked Stagnus Vessel Fragment, probably like a minute after that.
Which was like
It was
immediately.
ridiculous. Yeah, I had Claw almost this entire seed.
Am I right in thinking that just Claw gets you right side in medium logic?
I believe that's the case.
Claw and the
Sure.
shade skips in medium? Wow.
Yeah,
believe
I think
so.
so. I think it's
Maybe
either
form a vertical.
So
Interesting.
there was a point in time when you were doing all those checks, and I was like, man, you could potentially just like run out of checks and then have to do the shade skip anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I would have just tried. Like I've done it before. I'm just not consistent with it.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm not consistent with it either. It's awkward.
I didn't realize that was in Logic. Like, because TE shade skip's not in Logic, and that one I think is easier. But I don't know. That's just because I practiced it more, I guess.
Yeah, I can't even. I've never done TE shade skip, so I don't know how to compare the difficulties.
It's a little finicky, but I think the dividing line for shade skips is anything that requires you to get a parry on your shade or requires extra support, like the Glowing Womb and Elegy shade skips, are spicy, and everything else is just a shade skip. So medium logic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Well, GG's to both you guys. Thanks for the race. Thanks, Quack, for commentating. I had a lot of fun, and thanks to everybody for watching too.
GG's racers. Good luck in your next races.
Thank you.
GG.
Also,
Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for Hamothity versus Mickley.
yeah,
it's
that's
gonna be-
happening at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Ian Shu on the mic. I'm excited.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll hopefully catch you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.